$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Recently, while eating hot wings and being interviewed on Hot Ones, Jessica Alba, she revealed that when she guest starred on Beverly Hills 90210 back in 1998, she was not allowed to make eye contact with the cast.
On the set of 90210, I couldn't even make eye contact with any of the cast members, which was really strange when you're like trying to do a scene with them. Yeah, I was like, you're not allowed to make eye contact with any one of the cast members or you'll be thrown off the set.
Poor girl's having a tough time with the wings.
Yeah, she is.
And so they're doing it like a Zoom kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So that way they're socially distant.
Yeah, well, and she's still doing it. You think that if it was set up in my house, I would basically just replace all the bottles with something that I could tolerate.
Oh, you'd be a faker?
Oh, I'd cheat.
You'd cheat?
Oh, I'd cheat like a mo.
Why even go on the show at that point?
Because I want the publicity. She's got a new show on. She's got LA's Finest, so she's trying to get publicity, obviously.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's you got to do what you got to do in order to promote your show, and I would want to burn my ass off, which is what would happen to me. Oh, and she's drinking milk, too. She's doing the best she can, but I don't blame her. It's tough.
Yeah, the dairy's a good way to go.
How about that, though? So
How about what? Jessica Alba still being one of the most beautiful women in the world?
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that.
Yes.
Right?
1998, we didn't know about her, right? We really didn't know a whole lot about Jessica back then.
I'm trying to think. What was that show that she was on?
Dark Angel?
Yes. When did that come out?
And that was after 1998. I think that was early 2000s. But yeah, she was starting to get some attention, but I think 1998, we didn't know who she was yet. Am I right about that, Vic? It's like, I feel like 2001. Was that it?
About 2000 is when it started.
Yeah, there you go. That's when Dark Angel happened.
She was in Idle Hands, which is a fantastic movie,
I remember that
by the
movie.
way, in 1999.
You liked it because The Offspring.
Yes, that's the
gave a
only
song
reason
to
I
it.
ever watched. And it's also a creepy movie.
Okay.
Like, about a possessed hand. But that's when I saw that movie, I was like, hi, Jessica Alba, you are it.
Oh, it still is.
Yes.
I mean, ever since Dark Angel, I remember being such a fan of Jessica Alba. And that was 2001, season 1.
Yeah, she's in her 40s now, and she does. You're right, Steve. You know what? She's still.
She's got that Jennifer Lopez rub going.
She's still it, Danny.
Hotter as she gets older.
Actually, she's 39.
Nice. Oh, she's 39. Well, she started very young in the business. Mm-hmm. So how about that? She goes on Beverly Hills 90210. She's a young kid then at that point. She's very, very, probably just getting started. And they have that kind of primitive. How do you do a scene with somebody where you can't look them in the eyes? I mean, you're supposed to look people in the eyes when you're doing a scene.
They must have just been, at that point, they were the rock stars of television. And they just got probably in their own head. You got to think. I mean, you're young, you're getting all the attention. Yeah. Maybe it was like a joke with them, like, hey, you know what? Whenever we have co-stars or new people on there, let's tell them they can't look at us. I hope that was the case.
Well, she's had the last laugh on some of them, really, when you think about it.
On all of them. Name one that's better. Name one.
Well, Ian Ziering. I mean, come on, after the Sharknado. Come
okay,
on.
name two that are better.
Luke Perry, he did a lot.
Yeah, where's he at? Oh, no, that's
not very. No, that's.
I forgot he passed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That wasn't my intention.
Respects Luke Perry.
Yeah.
Where's Luke Perry now?
Pour one for the homie over my own face.
Yeah, good job there, buddy.
Oh dear.
That wasn't my intention.
No, but
I think she's done better than Luke Perry before that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, but he was at least doing stuff. Whereas, like the other ones, you don't see any of them.
Well,
Jason Priestley, what's he in? Like Hallmark movies?
Yeah.
I think, maybe.
And let's not talk about financial success because I don't think any one of them started a major company like Jessica Alba. She's like massively successful business wise. So
doesn't she have like baby stuff?
Yes.
I don't exactly know what it is, but
Honest
baby
brand,
stuff.
I think it is. That's the diapers that we use.
Yeah, you should know that, Steve.
Yep.
Oh, well, good for you. I didn't know she made diapers.
I didn't know that until after the fact.
What about old people diapers? I might be needing those soon. Does she make a brand for me?
I don't know if she's doing. And you know what? We'll try and get her on the phone to see if she'll provide
I
diapers.
will wear
for you.
Jessica's diaper.
She also does like cleaning products as well, like antibacterial wipes and like products and clothes for babies.
I wonder if she's gone through the roof with that, with COVID and all that. Like if she's made a killing on that.
And then also some people that are like, all about like all natural cleaning products. I would imagine she's making a killing because that's what I think got her. My wife found out about the Honest brand because of that. And it had nothing to do with Jessica Alba. It was after the fact. Like, oh, that's funny. She's the person behind this.
And for Steve, it had everything to do with Jessica Alba.
Well, that's what keeps me subscribed.
Oh, yeah. You're like, I'm honest.
Yes.
I'll be very honest with you, honey. We're going to continue doing this.
Yeah, Luke Perry was in Riverdale, some people are saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Yes, he played the father, I think. Or one of the fathers.
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
And Into the Blue, that was one of her movies, right?
Yeah, it was.
Well, and I still don't.
Sin City, hubba hubba.
I don't hate her Sue Richards from Invisible Woman, Fantastic Four. I don't hate that. I enjoyed her in them.
Yeah, just everything else about that movie was terrible.
Yeah, well, the first one I really was okay with. The second one, yes, was horrible. But I mean, it wasn't because of her. I mean, she did everything she could do. Hell, she turned invisible because she was so pissed at that movie. She's like,
you know what the funny thing is? That like I remember Dark Angel, but I don't remember anything about the show. And I remember watching it mainly because Jessica Alba was on.
I totally know the show.
What was it was like some kind of like sci-fi thingy.
Yeah, there was an EMP that destroyed all the technology. So basically, nobody had their banks anymore. Their money was gone. Everything was gone because of this electromagnetic pulse. And so it was like a dystopian, post-apocalyptic
and
world.
Was she like a superhero?
She was genetically enhanced child who escaped a lab project.
Yeah, and she rode a bike. That's all I remember. She was riding bikes around.
It was based in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it says post-apocalyptic Seattle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. That's what was so cool about the show.
Filmed in Vancouver.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, nice.
And well, they had one season, right?
2.
Oh, it had 2?
Yeah.
I'd love to go back and watch that and see if it's a good show. I remember liking it.
I'm trying to find out if it's anywhere to watch because I kind of want to go back and watch it too. It's like, oh, maybe Netflix has got it, but of course they don't.
Well, somebody's got to have it. I mean, why wouldn't somebody have that show?
And it was a James Cameron thing.
James Cameron was part of Dark Angel?
Wow.
Along with Charles H. Eagley.
I don't know who that guy is.
I mean, yeah, he worked on Piranha 2, The Spawning.
Oh, that guy.
Ooh,
yes.
that's a good one.
That might be why it didn't do well.
Steve, it looks like Dark Angel is available on Amazon Prime.
Boom.
Yeah, now you're a Prime guy. Yeah.
I am a Prime guy. Never been happier now.
Yeah, I figured it had to be on either Netflix or Prime. Had to be on one of those two.
Yeah. 2 seasons. I mean, how many episodes is that, you think?
It depends if it's like the normal 20-something episodes. That would be
43.
Wait. Never mind. This is a different Dark Angel.
Oh, it's not that same one.
No, this is a Dark Angel from 2017, which is about a famous, notorious Victorian poisoner.
What the crap, Rev?
So sorry, man. Yeah, that would have been a hell of a
How do they call
surprise.
How can they call a TV show the same name as another TV show like that?
Probably no one other than us even remembers Dark Angel.
Yeah, but see, they almost got you a bait and switch on that.
Oh, someone said Netflix used to have it.
Oh.
Well, somebody's got to have it. People might want to watch
on
it.
YouTube.
All right.
Everything's on YouTube, including the Smurfs.
Including the Smurfs.
Yep.
All right. Last night on The Tonight Show, Daniel Craig told Jimmy Fallon what he won't miss about playing James Bond. And I remember we had talked to, after his last movie, we get to talk to Daniel Craig because everybody said, that's your last. And because he had said some things like, I'm so done with this. But, he had told us, he's like, look, when you get done doing one of those movies, it's such a beating that you can't ever believe you go back. But then time goes by and you're able to sort of relax and realize, okay, I'm up for this again.
Did he say it's like running a marathon? If you ask someone that just ran a marathon, would you run another marathon? They'd probably be like, F no. the minute they finish running a marathon. But give them a couple months, they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'd think about doing it again.
But this time, this last movie, I guess, is the true F no. I think he's done, and everyone's talking about who wants to be the new James Bond, including Harry Styles has been like thrown around to be the new James Bond, which that would be weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
I saw what Tom Clancy was also. Oh, no, he's Bond, right? Yeah. I read that someone saying that they're thinking about Tom Clancy, which I thought would be pretty cool.
Tom Clancy's
a writer.
Oh, who's the guy? John.
I want you to figure this out.
Oh, are you talking about
John Ryan?
No, not the.
I don't know.
Are you talking about John Krasinski, who's in the Tom Clancy thing?
No, I know who he's talking about, but this is really fun.
Oh, I don't know who. I think I know who he's talking about.
He's talking about Bane from Batman.
Yes, yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, that's who you're talking about.
Sorry, with his devious smile.
And Rev knew who you were talking about.
I totally knew who you were talking about.
Well, it's an honest mistake. You know me. I'm big into novels.
That's
of course.
You're a huge reader. Yeah.
Well, Tom Clancy, I'm looking at pictures of him. I want him to be James Bond.
Yeah, he looks like James Bond after James decided. You know what? That's what James Bond should look like with all the drinking he did in the early movies.
Yeah, he looks
like Tom Clancy.
He looks like an older Patton Oswalt.
That's
not a compliment.
Is that an insult or a compliment to either one?
It's neither. I'm just saying that's what he looks like.
Okay, I feel like that's
Tom Hardy.
Patton Oswalt. Yeah, Tom Hardy I'm hearing thrown around too. Because, of course, Daniel Craig, this new one coming out is his last one, and he told Jimmy what he won't miss about playing James Bond.
I don't get it very often, but sometimes I'll be sat somewhere, maybe in a hotel lobby or somewhere, where there's a bar, maybe. It can be literally 9 a.m. in the morning, and a martini will be shoved in front of me. Back in the day, there may be a time when a 9 a.m. martini may have been a kind of nice thing, but I'm just not. They don't go down so well now. So 9 a.m. I love a martini, but 9 a.m. is a bit tough. I won't miss that.
Oh, wow. People want to give you free drinks.
That was the last thing I expected him to say that he wouldn't miss was getting free drinks.
Let me pet your hair and tell you everything's going to be okay in life. You won't get free drinks.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you just don't feel like drinking and now you feel obligated.
Or if he's in recovery, I suppose that would suck.
Well, I don't think he is.
Yeah. All right. Well, fair enough then. Then you know what? Then, yeah, first world problems.
Right? I'm so done with being James Bond. People just want to give me free stuff all the time. That. So annoying, Jimmy.
Yeah. You don't know how tough my life is. Hello.
So who do you think would be the best Bond?
Ooh, Tom Hardy would be good. I have to say, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would be a good Bond. But I don't know if he looks debonair enough. I feel like Tom Hardy, to me, seems a little rough around the edges just from the stuff that he's done that I know. Don't know if he would be like, if you will, as debonair and dashing and charm needs to go along with that grit. Like, it's a combination of grit and charm, I think.
Oh, I'm looking at him.
Oh, yeah, that picture there. Yeah, you know what? He could pull that off.
He's got the good look.
He's actually really good. He's a chameleon. He can be anything he wants.
Yeah, that picture, Vicky, you know what? You're changing my mind with that picture.
Why don't we just continue to piss everybody off, not just America, but have Robert Pattinson also be James Bond? He could be Batman and James Bond.
You know why?
Bond.
He's a good enough actor that maybe he could. He's surely good looking. He's British, which I think is a big part of it. I think you have to be British.
One I like, but I feel like he might be too bulky, is
The Rock? I agree.
I mean, that was my second choice. But
it doesn't matter who is James Bond.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Henry Cavill, Superman.
Yeah. Is he British?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then. It works.
Someone could do a British accent.
No, that's not how it goes.
Why?
No, they're not going to do it.
Well, Spider-Man, he's not.
It goes the other way. You're right. It's like the Brits can play Americans, but boy, oh boy, I don't know if the Brits can deal with Americans playing Brits.
Ooh, I like this one. Aziz Ansari.
Dude,
yes,
I would like that, actually.
I would watch the living hell out of that James Bond.
It would be funny. Yeah, I don't know. And also, but here's the thing. They have been talking about Idris Elba, of course.
A few people are texting in about that one.
And of course, you've got some folks that don't like the idea of that, in fact, that, because they want to bring ethnicity into it. And I'm like, what do I give a crap? Have somebody be a good actor playing a role. What do I care?
That's a stupid argument.
But
how dare you make this fictional character not how I expect this fictional character to look?
Welcome to the world of Doctor Who. I mean, the beatings that Doctor Who takes that I know is because a woman played the role, and I think she's done a terrific job, Jodie Whittaker, and yet everyone's complaining, and they find everything else to complain about, Steve, but deep down, you go, right, you're nitpicking because it's a woman playing what was an iconic male role, and you don't like that. Let's be honest.
So it's a Batista. Although Batista played a villain in a James Bond film. In a weird way, I would love to see Batista, but that's just because I'm a wrestling nerd. But also, he's done pretty good.
He's doing a good job. He's actually gotten better and better. I've seen there was another movie I saw him in, and it wasn't Bond, but he was kind of a villain, and he was good. And I wish I could remember the movie, but it was really good, and he was really good. Oh, I can't remember what the heck the name of it was. I was so surprised.
Was it My Spy? That was awesome.
My Spy
or Stuber?
Oh,
Stuber.
I don't know.
Stuber was pretty fun. My Spy was just a fun, like him and a kid.
These all his movies?
Escape Plan, The Extractors.
It might have been that.
With Stallone.
I don't know. Gosh,
that doesn't look good.
No, it does not.
I don't know what it was. But anyway, he was good.
Well, he's going to be in the new Dune movie. We've seen him in the trailer.
Yes.
That looks cool.
Yeah, that new Dune
was
movie
it
looks
Blade
amazing.
Runner?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Blade Runner 2049.
That's what it was. Blade Runner. Thank you, Steve.
You are welcome.
Yeah, he was good. It was a small role, but he was decent in that. Everything I've seen him in, it was, he's been good.
Oh, he might be just too big to be. And also, I sound like the Bond purist would be like, you can't have a Bond villain now all of a sudden become Bond.
Yeah, and I mean, Bond is not known for being massively muscular. I mean, he can be in good shape, but he can't be like Rock crazy or Bautista crazy. That would look weird.
Yeah.
But all right, well there you go. But it's got to be a British actor. I'm telling you that right now. I'll be very surprised if it's not, or at least a European actor, somebody from over there.
Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Wow, that would be weird.
He wanted very much.
Yeah,
we
a young Bond.
So weird.
A total nerd.
Yeah,
yes.
For James Bond.
I mean, he could be Q, really. I mean, that's what he should be.
Yeah, he doesn't get to be James Bond.
Sorry, like Jimmy Bond.
Yeah,
Jimmy Bond. Not mature enough to be James yet.
Well, what about the Young Adventures of James Bond? We've seen that.
Jimmy Bond.
Jimmy
Bond.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, what are you doing?
Solves crimes while going through puberty.
Yeah.
Playing 7 Minutes in Heaven.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That's as close as he gets.
Okay, fair enough.
Russell Brand.
Sure, why not?
I would love Russell Brand.
Yeah, I'd pay to see it.
I would watch that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he's going to need a toupee. Just saying.
Russell Brand, is he losing his hair?
Yeah, have you seen the pictures of him lately?
Beautiful locks?
Yeah, no, he's part of your country now.
Flowing blonde.
What?
Yeah, he's part of your world now.
Russell Brand's bald?
Yeah, well, and I don't know if it's because he's going bald or just decided to make that move, but yeah, I saw a podcast with him recently.
Oh, look at his pictures, and there he is with hair.
Well, check his latest podcast. I could have sworn I saw a podcast of him when he was bald.
Tied back.
Oh, maybe that's what it was, but I thought he was bald. No.
Yeah, his hair tied back.
It's receding a little bit.
Could have sworn I saw him bald recently. All right, well, either way.
Man,
Yeah.
I did not know how I was going to be able to handle today. I'm glad that that's not the case.
I don't know what the hell. My wife sends me a lot of podcasts. She loves Russell Brand, and I could have sworn there was I guess maybe I thought I saw that and thought he was bald. Well, what are you going to do? Sorry, Russell. Don't mean to just to cast bad rumors.
I mean, it's definitely like it's going up his forehead, but not.
Yeah.
Still looks great.
Yeah.
All right, well, he can be James Bond.
Yes.
I would see that.
He'd be crazy Bond because you know him. He's like the Joe Rogan of England with what he's doing on his podcast right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's totally. I mean, he's a very intelligent guy, a super intelligent guy, and now he's kind of gone down the Rogan road where he is just talking about all and
doing a lot of hallucinogenics and put a microphone in front of him.
Yeah, pretty much talking about like the world and how to fix the world, but really like on a massively deep, almost I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Does he refer to everything as a beautiful thing?
That I don't know, but he probably should. It's brilliant. Is probably what he should be saying.
It's a brilliant thing.
It's a brilliant thing. So, Deion Sanders, you remember him, primetime?
Absolutely.
He just had a great reaction to the nickname that Chicago Bears quarterback Nick Foles has, which some of us know because it's about a certain body part.
Yeah.
And I guess Deion just heard about this. And
he likes his footlongs at Subway.
Yeah, he does. You're going to hear from Deion at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top-Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day. Backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Deion Sanders was a guest on Barstool's The Pro Football Show. And when they started talking about Bears quarterback Nick Foles, one of the hosts referred to Nick by his nickname, Big rhymes with Rick, Nick.
Big Rick Nick.
Yeah. And when he shared that nickname with Deion, Deion's reaction was priceless.
I love the Bears. I love Nick Foles. Big Nick. I'm going to ride him.
What'd you just say?
Big Nick. He's got a huge.
That one. I'm not in that one.
You don't have a big.
You can't comment on another man. Like, that's man law.
Well, no, that's just
man law.
It's just
you can't comment on another man. That's just like I'm in the shower in the NFL and I say, "Oh, yeah."
That's equivalent to me saying, "Hey, Deion, you're handsome." It's a compliment.
Yeah. No,
that's his nickname.
Different.
That's his nickname.
They have been calling him that for a while.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Oh, well, you've been living under a rock then.
I mean, I've been in the game. I haven't never.
You've been
never
with the suits in the studio. You haven't been with the
That's true.
I love the look on Deion Sanders' face. He just has the most look of puzzlement. Like, why are you referring to this man by his package?
Well, it's a whole different generation for Deion. I imagine when Deion played, he's right. Well, you just don't do that kind of thing. But now, yeah, I think it wasn't other players that told us about this. Yeah,
yes. Some of his teammates on the Eagles made it very they didn't even beat around the bush. They were just no, this is.
I see what you did there.
This is about Nick Foles. He's at Subway. He would be a foot-long sandwich.
And I could see not saying anything about somebody for some reason. It's in the opposite direction. You don't embarrass somebody like that. But I remember they used to say that about actors back in the day too. I didn't know it was a bad thing to talk about a man if in fact he was toting some lumber.
I think it's case by case. Depends on who the athlete is. Apparently for Deion Sanders, who he did say though he thought the whole thing was hilarious.
Yeah,
he posted a tweet saying this is all hilarious to me. But he just seems like the type of dude that's really not going to focus on a man's Johnson and then comment on it.
Well, there are some people that feel like, that questions their masculinity. I'm of the camp. It's like, look, if God gave somebody something amazing, I think I should be able to marvel at it. I mean, what do I care?
Well, Marvel might not be the best. I'm thinking about Marvel, you're on your knees and your hands on your chin and you're just looking at it in just pure joy.
Well, I will tell you this. I've told the story before. When I got to play for the New Jersey Generals, because they came to our town, the Globetrotters, and I was on the Generals team. I was in the locker room with all of the Generals players who were former college and maybe even some NBA players. And Steve, I'll tell you right now, I realized I was not a man among men.
Right.
I realized, wow, my poor wife is never going to know what it's like to really experience the best of humanity, is pretty much what I felt.
Did you go home and apologize to her?
I did. I went home and I said, wow, you know what, honey?
Other men have.
I just can't. I almost feel like you should just get to go out and see the world, because you're never going to get anything anywhere near perfection.
Maybe you should become a Bears fan and root for Nick Foles.
The Bears. Yeah, good old Big Rick.
But remember, this is a long time ago. We used to do a podcast, myself and a couple of my buddies, Munson and J-Mac, for the Donkeys, and we called it The Donkey Show. And the podcast was super fun, but one of the episodes was just we somehow got into conversation of who we thought on the team had the biggest
Foles, donkey,
and we all said the same person without even missing a beat. There was no debate, and it wasn't about we were meat gazing. It was just you're just there, you're in the shower together. At some point, you see the person's package, and it wasn't there was no sense of jealousy or weirdness about it. But then when we told him, he got a little uncomfortable.
Well, yes. It's an uncomfortable thing, I think, either way.
Yeah.
Because it's just you don't want to be singled out for that. I mean, you don't mind if people spread the word. I feel like that would be good if, hey, tell some of your friends, and maybe your girlfriends can tell some girlfriends, and then, the word gets out. But I don't think he wants it out there overtly.
You get worse nicknames. If I'm Nick Foles.
Big. But I don't know how he feels about it. I haven't heard any comment from Nick Foles himself about this.
He's a humble man when it comes to his dog.
He's a humble man about it.
He doesn't need to brag about it. Everyone else is.
Right?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I just love that they casually say it, and Deion Sanders is hold on, pump the brakes. What are we saying here?
Yeah, every once in a while you'll hear somebody's spouse say something. Meg Mullally, I think is her name. She's married to Nick Offerman. And I remember she said that one time. She basically said, everyone was talking about what a great performer he was, a great actor, and how it was being married to him. And then she dropped, and by the way, the guy's toting some lumber.
Packing heat.
Yeah.
Wow.
So sometimes you'll have the spouse just drop that on people. So... There you go. So Nick Offerman and Nick Foles. Maybe it's something with the name Nick.
Just putting the mule in the mulele, huh?
Yeah. Wow.
No?
Needs a little work, but I mean...
Yeah, the mulele. That's exactly what her name is. Megan Mulally.
Isn't it?
Yeah. No,
Megan Mulally?
Mullally, I think.
It's like Mullally.
Mullally.
Mule.
Or Mulally.
Tomato.
I think she would appreciate you changing her name to make a big Rick a joke about her husband.
Fair.
So, yeah. There you
Well,
go.
she's commenting on it. I'm sure she doesn't really like...
Oh, yeah.
She'll find the humor in it.
Yeah, Megan is... she's terrific. I love her. I love what she does on stage, and I love her off stage.
And they are couple goals. They always do like the funniest and weirdest pictures together. They just don't care.
Is that Sonny and Cher, but he's...
Cher
and she's Sonny?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they really are. And they played some really awesome, funny characters in their life. Though the last character Nick played was in Debs, and it was a real serious character, and it was a trippy show.
Weird seeing Nick Offerman without a beard.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, who is she taking that picture with? That doesn't look like him. Then it is him.
It is him. Yeah. Hey, Megan Mulally, whose mule are you taking a picture with there? Come on.
Who's this Cher?
Who is this? We got a new survey. Turns out 30% of us say they plan on taking people's temperatures before they come into their home over the holidays. Ooh, this is a tough one because, I mean, look, people do it when we go into certain things. So it's not like the temperature thing is, unusual.
It was weird when I went and got my physical that they took my temperature. Because in my head, I'm like, well, if I have a fever, isn't this the best place for me to be? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
at
a
the
good point.
doctor's. Are you going to deny me my physical if I have a fever?
Yeah, what happens?
It's a COVID concern. I understand that.
But even still.
It was just funny, though, at that moment.
You're right, though, Steve. What happens if you're at the doctor's and you have that?
It's just there's some, at least with me, like I've had to take my foster brother to go get his ears checked.
Yep.
And if some facilities do not cater to COVID symptoms and others do.
So they boot you.
So
but
they
you would
boot
think the doctor's office would be the one place where it's okay.
Right. And then if you might have a fever, they might have you wait outside as opposed to inside.
Right, and I think that's it. It's more protection of the other patients that are sitting. Like, I'm sure if I had a
Yes.
fever, they'd be like, go sit outside. Or
What if it's
Or in
cold
your car.
outside? That's not good for my fever.
Go to your car.
Boom. Boom. Problem solved.
This ain't right, man.
Bring a blanket.
Yeah.
Dude, we just got like one of those new thermometers where it's just like you just point it at the head.
Those are so cool.
Really? We got it for
Ones?
baby Tatum because she was sick for the first time, so we wanted to get a better. You get so paranoid. You're like, let's make sure we get an even better thermometer. We want to make sure we have the most accurate temperature possible. But this thing is so cool because like you can either like take off the attachment, then it goes in the ear, and then you put the attachment back on, and it does the forehead because that's like a smaller piece, and then the attachment makes it bigger. That sounds weird.
Yeah, it sure does.
But it's like you just aim it at her head and boom, gives you the temperature.
So it somehow it gets it like the stuff that they have in the hospital that have been using on me.
But now I want to get one for myself because I don't want to use hers, but I want to be able to like check my temperature everywhere.
I was about to ask him, like, what is the weirdest place you've checked temperature-wise? Like the stove or your body parts?
Body parts I would have done if it wasn't meant for my child.
Right.
Do you think your body, some body parts?
I'm immature, but I'm not that stupid.
So you think there are some body parts that are warmer or colder than others?
Yeah, I heard the gooch is a little bit warmer than everywhere else.
Steve Gutenberg?
No, that's the goot.
Oh.
Talking about the gooch.
I'm not sure exactly where the gooch is.
It's your taint.
Oh,
thanks for using the technical terms.
That's the warmest part of your body, that area?
I heard it's a little bit warmer than other places.
I feel like right now mine is.
I don't know. Is it warmer than the equator?
Any specific reason why, Steve?
Well, I've been sitting.
Oh, okay. I would think almost every part of your area down there is warmer, but I guess maybe the gooch because it's just got an extra level of protection.
Someone says I'm going to do it, but I only have a rectal thermometer. Steve, want to come over for Thanksgiving? No. I still have memories of my mom taking my temperature that way.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah,
it's very reliable.
I mean, it was weird because I was 40 and I thought, Mom, I have one of these cool gun things.
Mommy loves you. Now bend over. Well,
I was a kid, and I remember being like a little child. Like that's one of my earliest memories. Like
of getting a rectal temperature
and having her do it in front of the rest of the family.
Oh,
what? Like not a big deal.
Whoa!
Check your temperature in front of Dad.
Not a big deal.
And Auntie.
Yeah, and there you are.
And I'm just hunched over her lap. Like this is the most humiliating thing ever. That's probably why that area is just such a no-go thing for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like traumatized.
It just shows you how far we've come as a society, because if you bent over your kid and pulled his pants down today, they call CPS on you.
And to check him for his temperature.
Exactly. And then to basically, then go in the no-go zone.
See, I thought it bad because my mom made me do the Macarena in front of all my family for
that's clearly worse.
I mean, that's what I thought, but apparently not.
I don't know, man. I would take my temperature rectally, but I won't do the Macarena in front of my grandpa.
That's a good point.
He would have been very... After my ventriloquist attempt, I don't think he would have appreciated that.
Yeah, grandpa.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he made you get the rectal thermometer.
Maybe he was triggered because he thought, like, my mom was doing a ventriloquist dummy act.
Oh.
No.
Oh. So people are going to do that. So you actually have the ability. You have I
have the technology.
You have a gun, whatever they call those things, a forest thermometer. Forehead thermometer.
Yeah,
you got one of those things. So
does ears as well, man.
Yeah, but ears, you don't want to get that close. The forehead thermometer is you don't have to. You don't want to touch the person, right?
No.
Yeah. So
not touching you.
How would you feel if somebody made you get a temperature before coming into their home?
As long as they don't touch me, I don't care.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
I'd be curious.
Yeah, it's their house, so it's their rules. They can say whatever they want on that. And if you don't like it, you can, eat turkey at home.
I'm surprised that only 30% of the people doing it, unless maybe other people in the country aren't as reasonable as we are.
It's a weird thing, like, to have people over and then, like, ask them to do that sort of stuff, even, like, wear masks and such. Like, I don't know. It just seems like I'm so awkward anyway.
That's a good point.
Like, I don't want to be. Yeah. I don't want to be the person asking someone like that because I just don't know.
Yeah, and I used to get that way about shoes on and shoes off.
Yeah, and it's like temperature is like so much like a higher level of that.
What's more awkward, asking for someone to take their shoes off after they come into your house, or taking their temperature?
For me, it's shoes off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be temp for me.
Well, because here's the problem: if you've got a foot odor
take
issue,
your temperature with your feet.
Oh, okay, that's even worse. Well, if you got a foot odor issue, or you don't know, because depending on the kind of shoes you wear, it's like, oh man, this is a beating. Now I got to take them off, and I could destroy the whole house.
Oh
yeah,
that's what I worried about. Like, I have to pick the right kind of shoes to make sure my feet don't sweat in them, and I put a lot of powder in there. But then you get the powder all over their house when you take your shoes off.
What about little booties? If they have like those
blue booties. I would love that. That's a great solution.
Oh, like when like technicians come into your house?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I was just hoping everyone would get socks.
I bring slippers.
Really?
Wait, you bring slippers if you're going over to someone's place?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, because, I don't...
bring your smoker's jacket as well?
Yes, I do. Well, in my house, I keep shoes. I say you can have your shoes on. I don't care. I mean, right. I know, we have hardwood floors. I feel like whatever.
Oh, if you want to see someone have an OCD fit, that's my wife when someone comes in. Like, especially when we were doing the house sale and like, you have all these random people coming into your home. And she would be able to tell. She's like, they wore their shoes. I'm like, how are you even able to notice that? She's like, I could tell this footprint right here. I'm like, oh my gosh.
She's right.
No, I mean, she's right. I'm like, who cares? It's not going to be our home anyway soon enough.
I love the way you think. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What vitamin does the sun's ultraviolet rays help the skin produce?
Oh, hold on. I got to take my bottle off.
That's it?
Yes.
Nice job, buddy. Yeah. Answering questions, playing all cool stuff. I mean, you're amazing. These nuts. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. And thanks for listening.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.